Hi there, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel where I discuss everything between Hermes and grocery bags. Today I wanted to show you how for a couple of euros or a couple of dollars, or even with stuff you already have lying around the house, you can make a little bag insert yourself for one of these YSL clutches so you can wear it as a crossbody or as a shoulder bag. Converting these clutches into bags is by no means new. There's a lot of videos already about it, and there's a lot of hacks already about it, and you can even buy these conversion sets which will provide you with a bag insert and with a chain. However, I decided to make one myself for several reasons. First of all, I don't really use bag inserts unless it's to structure bags. These bags are already fairly tiny, and I wouldn't want to reduce the space any further with having a full-blown bag insert for them. Also, I find them to be pretty expensive, and if I have to order from Samorga or Simone, I'm afraid that it will even end up being twice the cost because of import duties and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it is just really easy to make one yourself, which will function, in my opinion, just as well. So what I'm making today will work for both of these clutches, and is because actually they are identical. Let me just put them side to side. We have the Cassandra here in Rouge Legion and the Enveloppe clutch here in the back. As you can see, they're really exactly the same in size, and the good thing is that also on the inside they are exactly the same. They have the slit pocket, which is a bit difficult to see perhaps with the lighting, but this is actually the thing we are going to use to create the bag insert, because this is what the bag will lean on. I've actually already made one of these. Well, this was the first version. By no means am I creative or very skillful. I'm not a seamstress, but I tend to be quite resourceful whenever I have to deal with a problem. So I made this little bag insert. I've sewn some loops on the top so you can connect the strap. I just put it here in the slit pocket. As you can see, it is a perfect fit. And because the material is fairly thick, it stays quite well in place. The upside is, because it is a fairly small bag, it doesn't really have to hold a lot of weight. It's perhaps your phone, your keys, card holder, and a lipstick, so it doesn't really have to carry all the weight in the world. Let me just hook up this chain, which has come off my J.W. Anderson Pierce bag, and there you have it. Please do mind that if you're using this bag insert, the chain is actually going to rub a bit against the bag. But if you don't want that, obviously you can make the loops a bit longer. Here it's just about to cross the edge of the bag. But if the loops were just a bit longer, we would have less rubbing. So what do we need for this? Well, you might have already guessed. First important material is felt, and to give it some more structure, we're going to cut up a bit of a placemat and put that inside of the felt to make it easier to put the bag insert into the bag. This cost me €1.50. This is a very big placemat. It's actually for kids to do crafts on, and this cost me less than €1, so altogether €2.50, which is, I think, still a little bit under $3. Because I have already made this once, I actually don't have to try and measure out again what the exact size should be. I will just measure this and map it out on a new piece of felt. The width is 16 centimeters and the height is 9.5 centimeters. Best way to go about this is that you will have the plastic and you will actually fold the felt around, which means that you only have to stitch these parts and not actually the bottom. You might wonder what thickness of felt you want to be using. I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. I would just be careful that the felt that you are using is not too thick, because otherwise it might stretch out the slip pocket. Make sure that when you are cutting the size, you make it 16 by 19, so it will actually be able to fold around the plastic and you can sew it shut. I'm gonna be a bit lazy here because I basically already have a template. And there we have it, ready to be sewn. Felt is really a great material because it doesn't fray, so you don't really have to be very skilled in terms of working with it. The edges here, they are not perfect, but once we've sewn it together, we can just give it a little snippety snip and it will look fine. On to cutting the plastic, which I have to be a bit more cautious about. Obviously, you want the plastic inside of the insert to be a bit smaller so that you actually have space for the seams. Perhaps if you're working with a sewing machine could also technically go through the plastic, but I would prefer to just have a little leeway. Just starting off a bit bigger over here. And cut it a bit smaller. This is still at least too broad. As you can see, it's still a bit too high. I'm just winging this and I'm just eyeing all of this. Good thing I just have a regular office job. Okay, but this is looking good. This is a type of fit that we're looking for, so we still have room to make seams. Cool. I'm gonna take you upstairs now to a sewing machine and sew this little baby together. So here's the end result. Obviously this one is a bit different. From this one I actually still had some D-rings laying around. When I was finished sewing this bit I figured like, okay, how should I put these D-rings on? I decided to just put them on the corner, flip over the corner, attach a little bit of additional felt over it just to make sure that it is secure, and now I even have one with D-rings. Obviously, if you don't have any D-rings lying around, perhaps you can use key rings, and if you don't have anything like that, it's also perfectly fine to just make loops out of felt. Just make sure that when you're making the loops out of felt that you double the felt first, stitch through it, and then attach it to the insert. Felt, it doesn't fray, but it can rip. So just double it, stitch through it this way, and then attach it. So there we have it. Let's put it to the test. I think I'm gonna put the gray one with the Cassandra clutch and the pink one with the black. And as you can see, excellent fit. Attach a chain to it. And there you have it. Good to go to wear as a crossbody or a shoulder bag. So that's it. Thanks for doing arts and crafts with me today. Again, by no means am I a professional or any creative being, but I did feel this might be interesting to share with you in case you want to replicate, do something similar. Thanks for watching. Please remember, there's a styling, a situation, and a taste for everything, so don't judge and wear whatever the bag you like. Till next time, or as we would say in Dutch, doei!